Seems like we should have some clanging bats and balls flying around and all of this. We've got the Hilton Head Baseball Association's cream of the crop here, the guys who are officers, guys who are coaches of a group of Hilton Head kids who are off to the World Series and have just come back with all kinds of trophies from the state. We're joined by Garrett Hamilton and by Rob Hummel and by Billy Schilling, all coaches for this gang. 8 and under, 10 and under, 12 and under. Did I get everybody?
Yeah.
Let's talk about, first of all, what you guys have already accomplished this spring and summer. Rob, talk about it.
Well, the HHBA has been had a very remarkable year this year. For the third year in a row, all three divisions of 8, 10, and 12 had won the districts and advanced to the state playoffs. This year was the first time in Hilton Head's history that I know of, and I've researched pretty far back, that all three teams made the state championship game.
Wow. And,
our 10U team that we coach here was blessed enough to have an opportunity to win the state title and go to Bossier, Louisiana for the Dixie, now Diamond World Series.
Yeah, that's coming up on August the 2nd, and we're also kind of want to raise a little money, help the kids out, get them there. You guys have a GoFundMe account going on that, so look up Hilton Head Baseball Association and you'll certainly find that. Garrett, you've probably got a kid involved.
Absolutely, yeah.
So now yours is at the 8 and under stage, 10 and under stage, 12 and under stage.
10 and under.
He's on the 10
yeah,
and under team,
yeah.
Right? Tell us about him and tell us about what this team accomplished.
So Graham's one of the youngest players on the team. He's 9 actually.
Okay.
He plays second base and pitches. Asks Coach Rob all the time when he's going to get to pitch next. He loves asking that question.
Every parent always asking you that, aren't they, Rob?
Exactly. But he's been playing up through since he's been 5 years old. That's when Rob and I met at T-ball, and just been loving it ever since.
Yeah. Have we got enough baseball players? Everybody's playing soccer. Everybody's playing, anything but baseball, it seems like, over the last decade or so. Is it turning the corner the other way?
Well, it's this year we actually increased numbers for the first time in a few years, which was a positive sign for baseball. But the growth of soccer has definitely hurt baseball in our community a little bit, which is great as long as kids are doing it. But the HHBA is growing, and I think we're back to growing. I think that's awesome. Yeah.
Coaching baseball these days, how different is it? Tell us a little bit about that, Billy, from past years. Our kids, do you have to get to them a little bit different way?
I think it's funny. I mean, we always joke about it and say, like, I couldn't imagine teaching these kids in school. Because it's a lot of that too, on top of just the baseball stuff. But it's definitely changed over the years. I grew up playing here too, and the game's just so much more evolved. Especially the level they're playing at 10 years old. Especially because we do travel with our kids too, and we're talking taking leads and steals and sign. Like, we never worked on that. So it's fun, I think, for us because it's like real baseball. We're not playing like a little kid's game. This is the real deal. And it's cool to see the kids, pull this stuff off and turn double plays, and it's really impressive for 9 and 10-year-olds.
Now, the 11 and 12-year-olds, all of us have watched Little League World Series. All of us, even those of us who are a little older, can remember playing at that level. But at 9 and 10, to get them heading in the right direction in baseball, I mean, you're not that far away from when we had to, they were hitting the ball off a tee and you hope they ran toward first base.
That's right.
The kids are really evolved.
Impressive,
Yeah, talk a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, I tell people all the time, I coached baseball, high school baseball in Pennsylvania, and Teener League and Legion, and we teach 10-year-olds now what we were teaching 13-year-olds back 25 years ago. That's how the game has evolved to some of the things that Billy alluded to, 10-year-olds taking leads and stuff like that, So fortunately, Dixie or Diamond Youth, they bring it home a little bit and they slow it down a little bit, which is where I think it should live, But the game has changed, the parents have changed, the kids have changed, our coaching styles have changed. I do my best, just letting y'all know, and that's just... I'm kind of old school guy.
You should get his kid on the pitch a little more.
I came from a very, my coaches were very hard and very aggressive, and sometimes that's instilled in me, but you know, it's a little different than it was in the 80s.
Hey, you want to find out about more about getting your kid involved? Maybe for next year, HHBA.org, right?
That's right.
That's the website. Find out more, and you can also find out more about how maybe you can help this gang be successful in Bossier City. Again, congratulations to all of the teams, the 8 and unders, the 10 and unders, the 12 and unders, the 10 and unders headed off to Bossier City. Thanks so much for the time, guys.
Yeah, thank you
you
for
guys
having
were
us.
terrific, and good luck to the teams
Yeah,
as they head forward.
Thank you
you.
very much.
We'll be back with more right after this.